Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by English Mountain Spring Water. Winter is upon us, and there is no more important time of the year than now to keep yourself hydrated. English Mountain Spring Water has been bubbling up from an aquifer 2,500 feet below the mountain in Dandridge since the Native Americans first found it and marked that spot. There's actually a tree. There's a cool story there. There's a tree that's been bent, which is how Native Americans used to mark things that they found of interest. And this tree is still there with this bent base to it. But this aquifer has been pure and clean for these many years. We drink it on this set. I love it. I know Ryan loves it, gets it at his house. I get it at my house. EnglishMountainH2O.com to learn more about how you can order it for your home or your business. English Mountain Spring Water. You'll be very happy you got in touch with those folks, and they're good people. All right. Alabama versus Georgia. The Tide won the last title game between these two in the playoffs a few years ago. They also won the SEC title game just a couple of weeks ago. Who here thinks Georgia gets revenge? Just very quickly. Anybody taking Georgia to win this game?
I am not.
No, I'm on the points. And Saban, in time to prepare.
Yeah, I'll take Alabama as well.
Yep.
Upsets happen, but
I think the whole reason Georgia's favored, we were talking about this earlier offset, is that I just think people assume you can't beat a team twice. Otherwise, I'm taking Alabama, and I don't know why they're the underdog, personally. So,
Neither.
Well, here's the question. Big picture, does it even matter for Tennessee? We talked a little bit last week about who Tennessee fans should be pulling for, and the answer was most of us. Marlon said he would pull for Georgia because he's sick of Alabama. Everybody else said, pull for Alabama. Keep the big monster in the West. You don't want him in the East. But my question today is, realistically speaking, in the short term, is Tennessee even close enough to Alabama or Georgia to be worrying about who wins this game? In other words, is it going to take another full cycle of recruits, 3-4 years, before Tennessee could possibly be at that level where you're worrying about Alabama and Georgia winning championships? Or do you take it seriously now? It's like, oh no, you better be paying attention.
I would say they're paying attention to it enough, and they should, because if you're Tennessee, you can't be thinking that it's going to take 5 more years. You got to be thinking in 3 more years we could be ready to at least challenge Georgia a little bit. Now, whether they can actually overtake them on a consistent basis, pass them in the rankings, all that stuff, maybe not. But could you upset Georgia?
Oh, well, yeah, but I'm talking about competing for titles.
But actually beating them for championships, sure. I think that's going to take some time. But I still think you would rather do that. I think Georgia has shown under Kirby Smart it's recruiting pretty much the same way Alabama is now. The only way to keep them from, or maybe Tennessee, you want Kirby Smart to eventually get fired or whatever the case, so they don't continue bringing in top 3 classes. The only way to do that, to me, is if he doesn't win a national championship soon. So I think you still have an interest in, if you're a Tennessee fan, I still think you want Alabama to win this game, personally.
Okay. Well, that's from okay. Very good. We talked about fans last week, and I agree with you. If you're a fan, you don't want Georgia just supplanting Alabama and being the kings, and you also want them to do the whole Mark Richt thing over again. He can't win the big one because eventually they'll fire a guy who's winning and they can't replace him.
Sure.
But in terms of the programs, I just don't know that it makes that fans pulling away is one thing. In terms of realistic program being close, I don't know that it matters. Jimmy, Chuck, thoughts?
From that perspective, it doesn't matter. Yeah, if you want Kirby Smart to be fired the next 3 years because he didn't win a national championship, that's one argument. But I don't think it matters in terms of Tennessee catching up with Georgia or Alabama as to who wins it. Look, those schools are recruiting at an elite level that maybe only Ohio State is matching out there on a consistent basis over the last few years. So, but Tennessee needs to recruit better. They need to mind their own state better, and now once you become, in my opinion, a consistent top 20 team, you'll probably recruit better. But right now, I don't think it matters.
15 seconds.
I think it's going to show how far away you are from having that caliber of player, especially when they keep talking about a line of scrimmage league. And this should be a line of scrimmage game.
Good job, guys. I appreciate it. Ryan, Jimmy, Chuck, thanks to all of you. Thanks to you for watching. Thanks to all of our sponsors. We appreciate you being with us for 20 years. We'll see you next Sunday right back here on the Sports Source.